Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for August 27th. We are looking at the U.S. Japanese yen currency pair. We are looking for this pair to potentially go as high as 94.82, possibly as low as 92.54. Look for some resistance around 94.50 and look for some support around 93.05. Now this pair did close down today. It closed a little bit above, definitely broke through previous support. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways with definite bias to the downside. Now switching to the Euro USD pair, this particular pair closed up today, moving sideways, biased to sideways. Look for this pair to possibly go as high as 144.91, possibly as low as 141.39. Look for some resistance around 143.75 and look for some support around 142.50. Now, switching over to the pound US dollar pair. This pair closed up for today's session. It did tag and drop just below the low. This pair has a bias to the downside and is moving down. Look for this pair, if it does rally, to move as high as 1.6410, possibly as low as 1.6040. Look for some resistance around 16342 and look for some support around 16150. Now switching to the US Swiss, this particular pair has, let me get those off of here. This particular pair closed down for this session, moving sideways, biased sideways currently. If it does move higher, look for it to possibly go as high as 1.0772, possibly as low as 1.0461. Look for some resistance around 1.0640 and look for some support around 1.0530. Well, as far as news announcements go, we have the pound releasing their gross domestic product for the second quarter at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus is that things have stayed the same at negative 0.8%. Now, year to date, they're showing that things have held at negative 5.6%, which is, of course, negative news. If it comes out lower, it's definitely negative news for the pound. The U.S. has their University of Michigan confidence report for August being released at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm sorry. That's at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Look for a slight increase in confidence, which is good news for the U.S. dollar, from 63.2 to 64. Well, as far as what I'm looking at during this next session, let's take a look at the Canadian dollar. Let's back out to the weekly time frame. Just want to show you something that could be of interest over the next session. Let's see here. We have a potential trend line here. There we go, tagging that line. And we also have one here, forms somewhat of an X. When this happens, you can definitely look for, and we have the low there. Definitely look for this if it moves lower to, and the trend is obviously down, down on the weekly time frame, starting to move sideways a little bit, but we could get a breakout to the downside. If that does occur, we could definitely see this price go through this area, and you'd have to clean up once you move to the day time frame. You want to clean this up a little bit, but maybe it's better viewed on the week. Basically, we're looking for the 88 pips between this level right here. We look to sell short and then go to break even. And then we would look to take profit. So right at those levels, I do believe that if this pair continues lower, that it should zip right through those levels, looking for about 88 pips for that trade. Use a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio and you should be all right. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.